Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Game God Fluent, bringing you episode 66 of the Spiderweb Software Jeff Vogel masterpiece. Let's play Queen's Wish, the Conqueror. We're near the home warren. That's right. We came up here last episode. All right, we're going to see King Borgin, and let's just get right into it. After wandering for weeks through this strange land, it is hardly surprising that the royal seat is in a cave, not a castle. At least a cave might be easier to keep dry and clean. This is the home warren, held by the most powerful of the UKATISH clans, in this case the Borgin clan. Their huge, heavily defended gates are to the north. And what's this way? Resting place. Interesting. Oh. I thought it meant like an actual resting place, but it's, yeah, a boneyard. The Borgin welcome you. What's this way? Mushroom garden. Huh. Our king is in the main halls. Enemy clans can always come. Okay, let's head through. Fortunately, the home warren gates are open to you. Many royal guards in plate armor and wielding halberds watch silently as you pass. Some of them aim ballistas at you. While the West Battalion could probably seize the home warren with heavy losses, your small band just doesn't have that sort of strength. Whatever you achieve in here, it will be with diplomacy. Okay. You enter an enormous cavern. Once hungry, desperate UKATISH hid in here. Now it is the seat of their government. Merchants and diplomats constantly come in and out. Guards are everywhere. You see the gleam of a huge forge to the west. Someone is waiting for you to the north. It's an old woman in threadbare but clean robes. At last, some official has come to greet you. Sage. The Borgin sage walks up to you. 1 second, guys. She seems like a very old woman, but she might not be. These swamps have a way of aging people prematurely. With difficulty, she kneels to you. Welcome, Prince Matthew of Haven. I am Sage Noyale, honored advisor to King Borgin the 53rd. He welcomes you to the home warren, seat of power for the Uka and the Borgin clan. Thank you for the kind greeting. Of course, we of the Borgin clan are clean, polite, and sophisticated, not like the others of our kind. We have been making ready for you for some time. We have prepared a banquet in your honor. A banquet? Yes, our chefs have prepared meals from all over the known world, which we learned about from our books. Minor lords and ladies have come from all over Borgin lands. The king insists that you let him honor you and display the new sophistication of the UKATISH. I would be honored. Sage Noyale smiles. I am relieved. Much work has gone into this. Many have traveled a long way. My king is determined to make this display. All is almost ready. In the meantime, chambers appropriate to your station have been prepared. Where are my chambers? She points to the northeast. Quarters for honored guests are there. Your chambers are the northernmost. Rest from your journey and clean up. We will be... Rest from your journey and clean up. We will be ready soon. This is probably the first time an Ukad ever told a Havenite to clean up. Now excuse me, I must look in my books for new recipes. She walks off to the north. The gate opens for her, allowing her upstairs. Then it closes behind her. I would speak with you. This is our oldest meeting place. Lord Jovind. One of the minor lords of the Borgin clan is walking around this cavern, inspecting the wagons and goods. His status is low enough that he still has mud on his boots, but you can see the ambition in his eyes. As you wander around the chamber, he falls in step beside you. Welcome, Prince. We, the Borgin, want to be good hosts. Are you enjoying your visit to our great halls? Oh, I am. I am glad. I am Lord Joven of the Borgin. We want to have profitable relations with Haven. He leans close. For example, my clan is very eager to sell our iron. Very, very eager. We want to help those who can help us solve this problem. Tell me more about that. He lowers his voice. I know that every young noble can always use a bit more gold. Royalty can be so stingy, can't they? He is right. Mother often gets irritated and cuts your allowance. If you make sure your forts buy our iron at a fair price, I will make sure some of the payment goes to you. Quietly, personally. How will I be paid? Small, discreet payments. They will be delivered by our merchants. Petty corruption. I'm a prince. I don't engage in petty corruption. He jumps back. Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't realize. Please excuse me. I have some urgent business. He bows and walks off to the south. An hour later, you consider whether you should tell King Borgin about this lord's mischief. Then you realize that you have entirely forgotten his name. Conversation ends. We welcome you. Ooh. Oh, get in there. Copper bits, Quicksilver. I don't mind stealing from the Borgin King. That's not our room, ours is the northernmost. The UKATISH have prepared a private guest room for you here. It is surprisingly warm and clean. King Borgin is determined to show his guests that the UKATISH can be good hosts. Sorry if I sound a little nasally, guys, but I woke up pretty stuffed up today. Let's go ahead and sleep. Oh, we've got a report. Everything is good. Oh, theft in the Vault. Okay, 409 coins, but only 3 wood. You wake up from a much-needed rest. The room is warm and the bed was clean and comfortable. It's the best sleep you've had since you arrived in the UKATISH swamp. Decent wine and a loaf of white crusty bread were brought while you were out. A note was left for you. You read it. Hope you are cleaned and rested. The banquet is prepared. King Borgin expects you upstairs soon. Please don't delay. Sage Noyale. This is our oldest meeting place. Enemy clans can always come. Huh. What is this? War in Arms. Oh. Gustan. This shop showcases the finest in UKATISH ironwork. As befits their unique style, the weapons aren't attractive. They are, however, practical, sturdily made, and vicious. The merchant here is a retired blacksmith, and he still shows a lot of the muscle. He bows to you. I am Gustan, Prince. You're welcome here. Haven's long valued our iron. This is where we trade our best pieces to honored visitors. Tell me about UKATISH ironwork. Our weapons are like our people, ugly and twisted, and others look down on them. Yet they always work, always do the job. The secret is iron from our land is better. Nobody knows why. Then there is this forge. What is special about this forge? It's the first great UKATISH forge. Our people settled here because of the safety of this cave. The fumarole outside, it kept us warm when we were just people of the muck. It is sacred in its way. How is it sacred? It's where we first learned to work our iron. We needed the heat of it. Our iron, it's where all our wealth and safety comes from. This is a special place. To me, it's the heart of our people. You can see the pride clear on his face. I want to buy equipment. I'll show it all. The king wants us to show how valuable our goods are. However, I'm not allowed to sell anything to you until Haven has a deal with the Borgin. What I was told, and I can't disobey the king. I'm sorry. I don't need anything. Your loss, he smiles. You will find no better. Interesting. Warren Trading Post. Melis. This is a trading post, but it's also a showcase. Visitors to the home Warren can come to this shop and see the finest of UKATISH leatherwork, herb craft, and such. The lady in charge has done her best to reduce the odor of the leather and keep her dress and floors clean, but the swamps of the Ukat only allow so much. Welcome, Prince. I am Melis. Please allow me to show you the goods of the Ukat. What sort of things do you trade? Prince, those outside our lands look at us and see dirty swamp folk. They don't realize that our mire provides valuable goods. We want to trade them for medicine and other supplies. Even the Vol and the Ariel, for how much they hate us, still trade with us. The nations of Sacramento trade with each other. We do, not much. There was a lot of trade when Haven held the wild center of the land and kept the roads safe. These days there is trade, but little. How do you get medicine and supplies out here? It's hard. It's risky to send caravans through. We use barges and ships, but nobody on Sacramento is so great at making them. Haven is the master of that craft. I have another question. Melis happily and tirelessly shows off the leather, herbs, and other products of the Ukat swamp. Her pride and the value of her goods are clear. Want to buy something? Oh, I'm sorry, Prince. The word came down from the king. I can buy, but I can't sell. My job, he says, is to show you what the Ukat can offer you. Show we're a civilized people now. Okay. Alright, we are honored by your visit. Okay, so let's head up and have a banquet. Let's press F3. This is Royal Chambers. We can be good allies. You emerge into the grand feasting hall of the home Warren. The stone walls of the cave have been meticulously carved over the years, making a massive arched chamber that is alien and yet strangely lovely. Then someone filled it with art, lots and lots of expensive art, obtained from any possible source. An odd jumble of statues and paintings, few of them any good, cover every available surface. No Havenite back home would be impressed. When you enter, there's a long silence. The assembled lords and ladies of the Borgin clan, along with a few honored guests, watch your every move. An empty table has been reserved for you in front of King Borgin. We are civilized. The king is guiding us. Lady Arcela. Runner Flag. This massive warrior is King Borgin's personal bodyguard. He's an enormous muscular swamp warrior wearing thick drakeskin armor. He scowls at you whenever you get close. This empty table has been set aside for you just below the main table for the king and his advisors. All in attendance watch you carefully, wondering if you will sit down and the feast can begin. Sit down. You sit down and the feast begins. Alas, it is a copy of the interminable diplomatic feasts you hated so much back home. Why did the UKATISH have to copy this part of your culture? Delia loves it, but you... Sage Noyale and an assortment of lesser Borgin nobles make brief statements about their desire to work with Haven. The food is careful copies of dishes from other lands of the known world, except that they aren't very good. They look right, but they are dull and bland. At last, King Borgin the 53rd rises. He raises a golden goblet to toast you. Toast back. He is gratified. He takes a deep breath and begins to talk for a long time. As he speaks, the UKATISH shift in their chairs. No food has been brought out, but then they are quite hungry. Listen to the speech. King Borgin says, while looking at his fellow clan members, "It has been many years since the calamity drove Haven from our shores. At first we rejoiced. We were free again. Our swamps and marshes were wholly ours again. Then the old ways returned, the clan wars, the cowardly attacks of the Gannel and the Brock, the loss of trade, the shortages of medicine and art and books and training and other gifts the known world brought us." Keep listening. Now Haven has returned. We are simple swamp folk no longer, but civilized, ambitious people. We will not be servants of Haven, but we can deal with them as full, proper people. The Borgin cheer. King Borgin nods to you and sits. There's a long, awkward silence. They clearly expect you to speak. Give a friendly speech. You do your best to give a speech of flattery, admiration, and hope for the future. The UKATISH are strangely nervous about this. They can't understand why Haven would be nice to them. It makes them suspicious. Finally, Sage Noyale says, "Well spoken, Prince. I'm sure we appreciate your kind words. Let the feast begin." Servers bring the dishes out. King Borgin nods and then settles down to eat. At this cue, everyone digs in lustily. Eat a lot. Finally, King Borgin rises one more time. Listen to the king. "I declare these ceremonies concluded. I and the highest lords and ladies will retire to my throne room to discuss matters with the esteemed Prince of Haven. All others are dismissed." Rapidly, as one, all of the UKATISH flow out of the feast hall. The important officials go east. Everyone else goes down the stairs to the south. The feast is over. Now the work begins. Lady Arcila. You meet a young lady of the Borgin. She is looking at the riotous random assortment of art on the walls. She is so wrapped with fascination that she doesn't notice you are there. She just stares. Silently look at the art. You give it a good look. Your mother made sure that art appreciation was part of your education. Delia loved it. You, less so. By Haven's standards, this is a clumsy collection of crude paintings. The lady finally notices your presence. Startled, she turns and gives an awkward curtsy. "Oh, hello, Prince. I'm sorry I didn't notice you. I was looking at the paintings. Our king has spent years collecting them." Where did he get the art? "A lot of it was traded to Sacramentum when Haven was here. Some was made by the Ariel. Some was even made by the UKATISH, though those pieces are mainly in back rooms. I know this was all very expensive." Why? Because they are beautiful, aren't they? He wants the UKATISH to be more like the better cultures." I see. She looks at the paintings, trying to overcome her shyness. Finally, she says, What do you think of it? You are Haven, so you would know how beautiful it really is." "What matters is what you think." "But that isn't true. We are just swamp people. For centuries, our betters looked down on us. Now it is up to you to teach us." "Oh, excuse me." Her mother has entered the hall and is calling her away. She curtsies and runs away. What's to the west? "King is elsewhere. We are cooking now." King is elsewhere. Oh my gosh, a whole selection of golden goblets. Statue room. Door's locked and you don't have the key. Oh. Am I really gonna steal every gold goblet from the... Oh my gosh. No, I'm not going to, actually. Even though there's no penalty for it that I know of. I'm not going to do it. Door's locked. This is the throne room of the home warren. Again, it is carved out of the living rock. Again, it is somewhat spoiled by the big random clumps of art thrown everywhere. Borgin nobles are spread around the room, eagerly awaiting your meeting with their king. King Borgin the 53rd is waiting for you on a stool at the north end of the hall. He nods and beckons you forward. "We are here to watch." "The UKATISH are worthy now." "I can't speak now. The king is waiting." "We will work with you." At last, you are free to talk with the leader of the Borgin clan. He is not unusual for vassal royalty. Once he was a strong warrior. Then years of rich food and court life left him slow, sheltered, and detached. He doesn't even seem intelligent. He was born to his position. However, he is capable of arrogance and greed. He rises and grandly says, "I am King Borgin the 53rd, leader of the Ukat lands. I greet Prince Matthew of Haven to my court." "Greetings, King Borgin. I am Prince Matthew of Haven." The Borgin nod. King Borgin grins stupidly, basking in the greeting of a great power. "I regret that you had a long, difficult journey to our court. I hope you have enjoyed our hospitality. Now, I have a question for you." What do you want to know? "The UKATISH are a simple, backward, superstitious people. This is known. I have worked my whole life to elevate us, taking our betters as our models, the Borgin nod. Haven is known for its glories. Tell me, how have you found our palace? I'm impressed and surprised by your sophistication. King Borgin refuses to believe you. You can see it in his eyes. Still, he accepts the compliment graciously. We are honored that our hard work meets with approval. Borgin lords grin and slap each other on the back. I don't want to waste your time, though. On to business. Yes, business. Haven has returned to Sacramentum. We expected an envoy, but not a full prince. You have faced some trials to get here, as I understand it. We would like to know your purpose. I want to discuss our treaty with the UKATISH. I was sent here by Queen Sharon. Of course, Queen Sharon enforced the treaty we had with you once. Now her wayward child has come to bring us to heel. Discussing it can't be avoided. When you are ready to talk about this awkward situation, I am ready. However, as you have seen, we are a civilized people now. We can trade and have dealing, but will not simply capitulate. I would like to know more about you. He looks around at the other Borgin. Any sort of intimate conversation is impossible. Still, he will be polite. I am the leader of the Borgin clan and thus the king of all UKATISH lands. The Borgin are one of the oldest and most prosperous clans. I am the 53rd person to hold this honor. How long has the Borgin clan ruled? We have held the home warren many times in our history. Our current time on the throne has lasted almost a century. A very long time by our standards. Tell me about the other clans. They are all valuable members of the UKATISH, even the troublesome Gano. Sometimes they are like angry children, but then it is the job of the king to discipline them and bring back unity. How long have you ruled? I have been king since my father died 20 years ago. I was only a lord when I had the honor of meeting your mother. You met mother? I had that honor. She only entered our lands as far as Nikala, but lords like myself journeyed far to meet her. The Gano earned a fortune in tolls that year. Meeting her was glorious. She was very kind to us, and we tried to make her see that we had value. Did you succeed? Queen Sharon saw us like everyone else sees us. Simple, dumb swamp folk to be tricked, used, and discarded. He looks around at the art and other luxuries in the throne room. I swore that when I had the throne, I would earn more respect. I have another question. King Borgin sits on his stool watching you cautiously. He is looking for ways to intimidate, trick, or out-negotiate you. The training you received, what you paid attention to anyway, makes you confident you can outwit this backwater potentiate. So, Prince, what other matters await our discussion? Let's discuss our treaty. Yes, the treaty brought wealth and prestige to the UKATISH, but it also gave Haven control over us. We often found that you treated us with contempt, much like the Ariel and Vol. The treaty is there, but you abandoned us long ago. What do you want, Havenite? My mother wants you to be her vassal again. You were sent by Mommy, eh? Well, tell Mommy that you have not lived up to your obligations. You owed us trade and protection. Then your army fled Sacramentum, leaving us without protection from the Ariel and Vol. Our contract is void. Now he looks you in the eye. That doesn't mean we can't renew it. If it can exist again, first we have to show each other that we have things to offer. What do you want? I want to offer you the wealth of the Borgin. As a vassal, we can send you tribute, far more than our poor, muddy rivals can pay. In return, we want your protection. We want the help and trainings of your soldiers, so that we can hold the throne. First, we need to know you are sincere. We require 2 tokens to show the UKATISH are not lowly creatures to you. Tell me about the tokens you want. There are 4 ways you can show the Borgin you will value and aid us. You can give the UKATISH status as a favored vassal. You can weaken the Gano that annoy us. You can help us deal with a troublesome dragon. Finally, you can get our new advanced culture probably acknowledged by Sacramentum. What about favored status? We know Haven's law, perhaps better than you. On each continent, you can select one vassal who is favored, only one. We want it to be us. What does favorite status mean? In disputes, you will always be more inclined to help your favorite. In turn, they fight harder and send more tribute for your approval. We want this honor and this responsibility. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know yet. It is a difficult decision. In time, I think you will see that the Borgin are wealthy and powerful enough to earn the honor. Tell me about the Gannel. You have encountered them already, I am told. They have always been a greedy, quarrelsome lot. Now they want Haven expelled from our lands. They are speaking and sometimes even acting against their king. They must be punished. Haven offers security and peace to its vassals. That is what I want from you. What exactly do you want me to do? Go to the Gannel estate, the seat of their power. Take it, loot it, destroy it. Show them what it means to threaten a king. Where's the Gannel estate? It is northwest of Gannelspan on an island. I don't think they will expect a group as small as yours to attack them. They are only lowly UKATISH scum, so they will be easy prey for a Havenite, right? There must be another way. Perhaps. It doesn't matter. I am king, and this is what I want. More tokens. Tell me about your dragon. King Borgin nods slowly. The dragon, the plague and blessing of the UKATISH for centuries. Gore, she is called, the great beast of the South Swamps. We had many dealings. Just hitting my water bottle here. How long has he been there? Centuries. He flew in and settled before we had mastery of iron. He was small then, but he grew. Now we could expel him, but it would hurt us so much that the Gannel and Brock could swarm us. What sort of dealings? We give him offerings, flattery, meat, gold. It lets our children alone. What is more, when it is in the mood, it does favors for us. Kills Vol and aerial raiders, for example. Now it is getting old, erratic, arrogant, ever more demanding. We can't ignore this anymore. Where is the dragon? In the swamp to the south. The tunnel into its lair is in the south side of the rocky hill there. And what do you want from me? Teach the thing humility. Threaten it with the might of Haven. Give it a thrashing. Whatever it takes to keep it from bullying us with greater demands. You want acknowledgement? Yes, centuries of insults from the Vol and the Ariel are enough. Look around you. The UKATISH are civilized now. Strong, worthy of respect. We want that respect and we want it in writing. What do you mean? When the Vol or Ariel are your vassals, go to them and get them to acknowledge that we are their equals. Again, in writing. Bring me the document on nice paper, clean and properly signed. Is that all? That is all. If Haven is as powerful and influential as it thinks it is, getting such a small thing from your vassals should be easy. That is all I need? Then the Borgin thank you for your time, and we wish you a pleasant journey through our swamp. Okay, runner flag. Tried to be nice to them. I don't think I'm going to deal with the Borgin anyway. Man, I'm way stuffed up. I have a headache and everything, but were we allowed in here? No. But, at least we heard from them, right? So let's go ahead and leave. And see if anyone's in the mushroom garden now. No. See if anyone's in the resting place. No. Alright, we met with the king. I kind of still like the Brock, you know. And Carl's mine. That's what we're going to do next, now that we met the king. Banquero's mine, Lair of Gorsh. Where is Banquero's mine? Oh, it's in Ariel Lands. Okay, so that is our next step then, I suppose. Is to head to Ariel Lands. Well, our next major step. Let's F3 and see how long we've been playing. 30 minutes, okay. So let's continue. Let's explore a bit. See what's up this way. You see a caravan of UKATISH merchants accompanied by several guards. Their wagons and clothes are caked with mud and slime. Their wagons are laden with useful supplies. When you get close, they wave to you. Talk to them. They are friendly for UKATISH. They were nervous at first, but then they realize you are a Havenite. They have been sent by their clans to trade with Havenite forts. This is very common in vassal states. When vassal states don't want Haven around, Haven's gold does a lot to make you welcome. Look at their goods. You look through their supplies. It's all useful stuff to keep a fort running, but there's no equipment you can use. Give them directions to a Haven fort. Fortunately, you have rebuilt one of Haven's fortresses in the Ukat. You give the soldiers directions. They march off in the correct direction. Your battalions are strong, but Haven is never able to control a vassal state without getting equipment and supplies from the merchants there. A lot of the Borgin clan's army is camped up here. Their sentries watch you warily as you approach. You aren't sure if you'll get a friendly reception. Borgin camp. A lot of the Borgin clan's army is camped up here guarding the docks. They don't trust you, but they also don't want more trouble with Haven. They keep their distance. Huh. Oof. This looks interesting. Sort of Stonehenge. Well, let's maybe come up this way and explore that Stonehenge. I do want to explore these lands a bit now that I know they're safe from most enemies. At least enemies that are human. Oh man, there's a lot of monsters in these woods. Discovered Negafen. Abducted Havenite. The path through the swamp ends in a wide, low island. Bones poke up out of the mud. Piles of skulls and gruesome totems are everywhere. Venomous snakes watch you from the cattails. You hear constant whispering in the air. The UKATISH clans have abandoned this island to some of the deadlier beasts of the swamps. There are people wandering in circles on the mound of wet earth ahead. They are armed soldiers. They seem odd. Then you realize why. They are Havenite warriors. They are older than the soldiers who came here with you, and they are wandering in circles as if they are charmed. Whoever lives here, they abducted your warriors. This is an outrage. Oh, we're fighting Havenites? Oh, dang. Dang, these Havenites are really wicked tough. Yeah, let's just F4. This is no place for us. We simply need weapons that do more damage. Alright, let's go south of the Ruche crossing. See how this land down here is. Oh, mostly, water then. This isn't the lair of the dragon, right? No. I mean, it may be. No. Okay. Huh. So not much room to explore there. Let's go back through Ruche Crossing. Check out the smith. Was there anything we wanted here? Iron bars. We're good with iron. Come check this place. Travels on the road. Oh yeah, we've heard that. Leaf Wolf. Now that the Gannel Raiders are gone, the inn is full of drinking and carousing UKATISH travelers. The floor is caked with swamp mud, and the mildew smell is overpowering, yet the cheery mood is infectious. It's as if a massacre didn't just happen outside. The innkeeper walks up to you and nods. Bet you're tired after all that mud spray. I'm Leaf Wolf. Leaf Wolf. I'll fill your belly, and we have an open room for 5 gold. So I was attacked by some Gannel. We saw, cleaned up the bodies, threw them into the muck. Snakes got them. Bad business. Cost us a day's profit, they did. Stupid Gannels. What clan are you from? Oh, the Hansei clan. From the deep swamp up northwest. You haven't heard of us. We're pledged to the Borgin. How did they take over the land bridge? They came and told us to leave. Said they wouldn't hurt us or steal our stuff. They just wanted to be left alone with you. Why didn't you fight them? He laughs. We'll take our business, but we know that what you outsiders think of us. None of us will lift a finger to protect you. Now, anything you need? What goods do you offer? We have hot stew, though the bread's a bit stale. There's ale, too. All free, courtesy of the Borgin. I have some food. The stew is watery and sour, and the bits of snake meat in it are stringy. You try to pretend that it's decent, but nobody is fooled. I'll have some ale. The ale is watery and weak. It has a strange musty flavor you can't identify. You drink it until it tastes tolerable. I'll have some water. Water? Really? All right. You get a mug of gritty greenish water and choke some of it down. You suspect that you'll pay the consequences for this tomorrow. I'm full. Hope it was all to your liking, Havenite. It's good, honest UKATISH fare. I don't need anything else. The Fulf nods and goes off to deal with other customers. We got weakness from it, of course. We were down here, right? Yeah. Okay. Did I ever look in this pot? I remember this chest, but I don't remember this pot. Well, whatever it is probably gone now if there was something there. Alright, let's head out. Safe passage through Ruche Crossing. We can come down here a little bit. No big deal. The farm is home to a band of wandering traders. Fortunately, they are at home. They sit around this fire sipping tea, maintaining their gear and planning their caravan's next trip. Once they've inspected you, they see the obvious opportunities. They invite you to join them for tea. Sit and join them. They are proper merchants, and greed helps them to overcome the standard sullen UKATISH character. You talk of the road and of events in Sacramentum. After a time, they mention that they do have quality goods available for trade. Sure, I'll trade. They look at each other, judging how to play the situation. Finally, their matriarch says, "You are a wealthy Havenite. Your equipment and supplies are the best. Still, I think we can provide you with things you could use. In return, we would humbly ask a favor of you." Well, what do you want? Haven has returned to Sacramentum. That means that the UKATISH will soon be your vassals again. We are too divided and greedy to resist you. That means that you'll be elevating a clan to deal with you. If we knew which clan, we could prepare. There would be profit in it for us. Go on. You have traveled, talked to people. What do you think is a suitable ally for Haven? Certainly not the Gannel. The Borgin, the Brock, the Isk. You note a conspicuous lack of clan colors on these merchants. And won't share Haven's secrets with traders. Entirely wise. Still, we had to try. I'm afraid we are busy now. We wish you luck on the road. I don't know who I favor yet. I don't want to trade. They are plainly disappointed. We'll get back to them when we favor somebody. I want to talk more with the Brock again. And, Acting car. Merchants. Them lazy and arrogant. Kind of favor the Brock clan. The Brock are strong, but we're in a bad position. The Gannel are to the south, hemming us in and bleeding us with tolls. Okay, we have to break the power of the Gannel. I kind of favor the Brock, actually. But, forgot the Isaac were merchants and such. And don't really care about it, about the land too much. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was pretty eye-opening in terms of, you know, the Borgin clan and stuff like that. They're very, interesting, to say the least. I mean, I wouldn't call them, like, advanced and sophisticated, but they try, at least, don't they? So thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you're enjoying the LP as well. Really appreciate your viewership. Much love, peace, and joy, guys. Next time, excuse me, we will, I don't know what we'll do. We'll probably go to the Ariel lands and, try to get that item for Widow Brock. So stay tuned. Much more to come. Until next time, guys. Take care.